Welcome to Subramani. I'm going to do perhaps a series of videos on investor education. So this is one of the early ones. So what are the questions that you have to ask yourself before you make any investment, right? So I wouldn't know 4 questions, 5 questions, 10 questions, but whatever. So the first thing is, how well do you know the person who is selling to you, right? Is the person licensed to sell to you? Does he have a SEBI license or an IRDA license to be selling a product to you, or is he selling a product which is not licensed, or he is not licensed at all? So ask for his license. He has a duty to carry his license. You have a right to ask for it. If he's a bank employee, he should still carry it. If he's a bank employee, please take his visiting card. Please make sure that you call him on that number, confirm, speak to him on that particular number, right, which should be printed there, and you have to write it down. Sometimes it happens that he says, oh, I am not the agent for this company, my wife is the agent, I am selling it in her name. That's a red signal for you. Say, I want to meet her. She is a licensed person, because tomorrow if you were to lodge a complaint against him or her, she will say, I don't even know you. And that's the truth. She doesn't know you. It's what she has done is wrong, but what you have done is also wrong. So ask for a copy of the license and show and see whether it is valid, right? Is he selling in the name of his sister, his mother, his father, or somebody? These things happen regularly, so check that out. See whether his license is valid, how many years experience, everything you will know when you see the license. So he is duty bound to carry it, so you will be able to see it. Then do some research. Ask him for 3-4 of his clients, 5 of his clients who are like you. If you are a 70-year-old, ask him how many 70-year-olds does he deal with. If you are 30 years of age, ask him how many 30-year-olds does he deal with. Does he deal with people way above you or way below you, right? If you have 2 crores, does he deal with people of your size? If you have 20 lakhs, does he deal with people of your size, your age, your aspirations? That is very important, because otherwise he may not know. For example, if you are a film star or a budding cricketer, that's not the profile with which he is otherwise dealing. He is dealing with only IT professionals. He may not understand your profile. I know that one cricketer was asked to pay a 5-6 lakh rupee premium in 2004, and he could pay for 5 years, and after that he struggled, right? So you don't want to commit even to such amounts at the start of your career, because if you're not sure whether you will be able to pay it for 5 years. So find out whether it is appropriate for you. That's about the product, we'll talk separately, but do all this research about him and then you get into it. Second, find out whether it is the product itself is registered. Is it a mutual fund? Is it life insurance? Is it one of those things where you at least know there is a regulator? Whether you're buying a product or not, at least you know there is a regulator to whom you can turn to in case you want, because it's a registered product. You know, some elementary scrutiny has been done by the regulator. Please understand that SEBI does not approve or disapprove of a fund scheme being launched. They don't even say anything. They just say, yes, it has been filed with us, nothing beyond that. The SEBI is not approving the product. Now IRDA has also got into that mode, saying we have now 15-20 years experience, we think you can launch a product yourself, and after that, with experience, we will come and tell you whether that power that we have given you is good or bad, right? So maybe when you're a kid, your mother told you what movies to watch, and after you were on your own, you decided what movies you will watch, right? So similarly, the mutual fund industry always had that, and now the life insurance industry also has been told that they can launch their own products, and if there is a problem, IRDA will come in. That's how it happens in every case. So read about the product, see whether the product is registered, right? All that's very important. Next step is a little more difficult. Find out what are the risks and find out what are the costs. This is very, very important a step. What is the risk? Will I be able to get my money when I need it? Is there a lock-in? If I were to break the lock-in, what is the cost? What are the rewards that I get for locking my money for 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, whatever is the lock-in period, right? find out all that, ask those questions. If that person doesn't know or he fumbles, see, with one thing with age, what happens is you have enough experience to know whether the guy is lying to you or whether he is speaking the truth. So make notes and have a notebook in which you're writing down, look at and then also tell him, look, I'm going to ask my cousin who is working in Singapore in JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs, doesn't really matter, or maybe even works in SEBI, and I will ask him, or my nephew or niece or son, somebody, and then only I will take the decision. I am not in a hurry to take a decision. So don't fall for that boiler room salesman who say abhi le lo, ye band hone wala hai. Don't fall for those tactics, right? So find out the risk, find out the rewards, find out the lock-in, find out the penalty for removing, right? So find out all this, keep it with you, and then see whether it is appropriate for you. So after having written down all this, read it twice, go to Google, do some research, find out about it, and find out whether it is appropriate for you. There is no good investments and bad investments. There can be an investment which is very good for a 70-year-old and very bad for a 30-year-old, and vice versa, right? There can be products which are great in the long run and over 30-40 years likely to make money because of this charging structure, which may be completely inappropriate for a 70-year-old. So as a 70-year-old, if you still want to buy the product, maybe it's in your kid's name. If you're buying in your kid's name, ask the kid whether the kid wants it. This is like saying, oh, I made the best chicken and best mutton, but the guest is a vegetarian. Does not make any sense. If your son or daughter does not want the product for whatever reasons, don't give it to them. Right? Don't buy a product thinking, oh, it is not good for me, it must be good for them. Don't get into those assumptions. It could be wrong. Find out where can you go in case you need help. In case of chit funds, it is RBI. In case of mutual funds, it is SEBI. In case of insurance, it is IRDA. But I can assure you that it is not very easy for you to deal with these organizations. They are big, they are run by bureaucrats. It's not easy for a common man to even get into their gate. So you will not, it's not easy getting there, but they exist. So tomorrow, if your children or you or somebody decides to find the energy, at least there is something available. But if you invest in some unregistered chit funds and they are there by the tons, or in cryptocurrencies, there is no way, there is no regulator. So the police will have no clue what to do. And the person who sold that to you, a cryptocurrency, could be a fraud. He could have just run away. That phone number which you have could just keep ringing. So if you don't, if you are dealing with a product without a regulator, please involve your spouse, your children, let them know what you are doing. Ask them. If they also don't understand, maybe it is not appropriate for you to invest in those kind of assets. So find out all these things before you invest, and then you invest. After you invest, if you come to my channel and say, I have brought this and what should I do, I have no clue what you should do, because I don't know myself what I should do. So therefore I don't invest in unregulated investments or in cryptocurrencies. I don't put money, well, not much, in private equity, because these are not deals which I understand at all. I am too dumb. I am good only for mutual funds and equity markets. I am too dumb for the private equity market, right? So understand all this, understand your limitations, and then decide whether to invest. What to ask, there could be more videos coming, but this is basic. If it is popular in English, I may do it in Hindi and Tamil also, because I want this particular video to reach a lot of people. So please subscribe, please hit the bell icon, and please distribute it among all your English speaking people. And if you think you need this in any other language, which means Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, Tamil, I can still do it. Thank you. Bye.